My daughter has a game called The Sims. It's a game that has a bunch of little people doing little people stuff for simulation. But in this game, they do real people recipes, and I'm gonna do one coming up next. Can Daddy cook?
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, in this game called The Sims, they have this recipe called chicken Saltimbocca. Now in Italian, Saltimbocca means jump in my mouth. And this is a delicious recipe, and I'm gonna try it. This was inspired once again by the game called The Sims. Here's the supporting cast. First, I have some chicken breasts. These were really big chicken breasts, so what I did was I cut them in half. So if you happen to have smaller chicken breasts and they're not even in size, thickness, then you want to pound them out with one of those mallets or one of those meat tenderizers. Since I cut mine in half, I don't have that problem. They're pretty much even. Along with the chicken breast, I have prosciutto, which is salty Italian ham, very thinly sliced. I have sage leaves, fresh. I have Himalayan pink salt and a pepper medley. I'm gonna cook them in flour and ghee. What I mean by that is I'm gonna coat them on both sides lightly and then just put them in a pan. I'm gonna pan fry them in ghee. If you don't have ghee, you can use olive oil, butter, or both together. If you wanna learn how to make ghee, I got a video right up there where you can learn how to do it yourself. Afterwards, I'm gonna make a pan sauce, and I'm merely gonna use some Pinot Grigio, white wine. You could use Chardonnay, some chicken stock, and I'll finish it off with a big old pat of butter. All right, guys, so this is gonna be really easy to do. Let me get this prep work done. I hope you enjoy this footage, and we'll get to cooking. Well, folks, I'm finished with my Sims 4 meal, the Real People meal from the Little People game. Just to get you guys caught up, during the prep, you notice I put the sage underneath the prosciutto. Most recipes it's on top. I just did it to make sure the sage didn't fall off, so that was just my preference. Also, the butter I used in my pan sauce was salted, but I tasted it and did have to add some salt and pepper. You can use salted or unsalted, that's your choice. Now I'm excited, I'm gonna taste it. I've never done this before. Very simple recipe, but here we go. I'm gonna cut into this and get me some of this sage. It is cooked all the way through. By the way, before I take this bite, I cooked it for about 4 minutes per side. 4 minutes per side when I flipped it. Here we go. Mm. 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 Sorry for the big bite, but I'm glad I took a big bite. I got the saltiness from the prosciutto, but I also use salt and pepper on the chicken. It's not overly salted, it's salted perfectly. I will say lightly salted before you put the prosciutto on. That pan sauce though, I can taste the flavor of the Pinot Grigio and the chicken from the broth. Oh my goodness, and it's twangy and it's savory and it's salty and it's freaking delicious. This turned out fantastic, guys. If you want to try a very simple meal, say it with me. Chicken Saltimbocca. Jump in the mouth. It's a fantastic recipe. I'm going to be doing some more recipes from The Sims just because I'm curious. My girls call me
Daddy.
And I'm so glad that I cooked that. And I will see you when I see you. Can Daddy cook?
Mm-hmm.